few years ago, I had the opportunity to speak at a coaches clinic in Chicago, primarily inner city coaches. And while I was there, I interacted with a coach who had been coaching for 30 years, and he had 45 players murdered during that time. It was a very humbling experience. I think sometimes we don't take the time to understand people's story. And while I was there, I had the opportunity to interact with my good friend, Rnme. And at the time, Bernie was struggling with ALS. He's now in heaven. And I asked Bernie, what has the disease taught you? And he said 4 words that have had a massive impact on my life and the teams that I work with. Bernie said, right now means everything. Imagine the mental toughness required when you have a disease like ALS and you're practicing, continuing to be in the moment and try to be as present as you possibly can and not focus on your disease. A life-changing moment. 4 words that have been so empowering to the teams that I have the blessing of serving. Right now means everything is not just a sport mantra or a mental mantra. It's a life mantra. We got to do whatever we can to cultivate the mental toughness, not to live entangled in the future or the past, but be able to stay present in the moment. Many of the athletes that we work with compete at a championship level. And so a mantra can keep them present in the moment. But we got to remember that those words have so much meaning because of who said them. And be careful of the mantras that you select to use, not to use them as a good luck charm or to get what you want out of your performance, but to be fully focused in every moment. And so if you're considering using the words right now mean everything, make sure that you're practicing the skill to be able to be fully present in the moment so that you can maximize your performance. The great thing about right now means everything is that it's a parallel to the way that Bernie competed when he was a college athlete. Nobody was going to outwork him. When he's at the University of Virginia, he made a commitment to shoot 100% in his career. I remember being at our high school, Dover High School in Delaware, and watching him work out one day. And to see the level of attitude and effort that he put in when he was the 15th guy on the team, it was as if I was watching somebody that was trying out for the dream team. But the reality is that's how passionate and persistent he was to be able to accomplish his goal. And so even before he uttered those words out of his mouth, it was really a part of who he was. And that type of work ethic would benefit him at the University of Virginia, where actually John Crotty, who played probably around a dozen years in the NBA, would go on to say that the toughest guy to ever guard him was Bernie Floriani. And Bernie would accomplish his goal of shooting 100% in his career because long before he embraced and spoke that mantra, he was already living it out. As Arthur Blank recently said, the owner of the Atlanta Falcons and one of the founders of Home Depot, he said that the reason that they are able to be so successful at culture is their people understand the culture and they live the culture. And so that value was deeply embedded in Bernie well before he would be confronted with that disease. A right now means everything mindset can really pay great dividends, but it's a process mindset. Got to be careful not to be focused on performance. And when I think about what Bernie accomplished as a UVA basketball player, then as a State Farm agent, and then as a coach, he was fueled by an intrinsic drive to be the best version of himself that he possibly could be. And so when I think of those 4 words, they really mean a lot to me. They're a legacy that Bernie left. And it's a great legacy for us to build as we continue to walk out our process, pursuing our goals and dreams, and working through the sufferings that life often puts in our path. I'm so grateful to have known and seen the example of Bernie Floriani and to embrace those words and try to integrate them in my own life and to pass those on to athletes. Rnme, right now means everything. To be able to fully integrate it and experience the benefits of having a mindset that gives you clarity and allows you to play present in the moment. You should be competing for a purpose that's bigger than yourself, So when you experience difficulty or you find yourself focusing on performance, then you can clear by drawing your attention to that purpose. And a truth like right now means everything would be the thought that you need to replace anything that's distracting you. And it should put you in a place of peace, of clarity, of calm, so that you can chase your capacity. Right now means everything.